Now, in turning to chapter 11, we receive additional information that's very important that a lot of people have overlooked, but not us. Okay? Because Peter had this personal experience with God regarding the proclamation of gospel to Gentiles, does not mean the other apostles had received it. He's got to go back and answer to them. Do you notice they tend to have a lot of connection? Peter and John going out of Jerusalem, all these, Jerusalem is the center. It's the mother church, so to speak. It's the places where the apostles were. They had not scattered to the ends of the earth at this point. They're held up in Jerusalem doing all their teaching. And of course, the number of people coming to Christ are in the thousands at this point. Now the apostles and brethren who were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of God. And when Peter came up to Jerusalem, and why does it say up? Did you realize that Joppa and Caesarea are latitudinally, they're higher? You always go up to Jerusalem. Let me assure you, when you get to Jerusalem, if you've been to Jerusalem, you always go up to Jerusalem. It's a climb. It's high. It's a high elevated area. It doesn't matter where you are on the map there. So they went up to Jerusalem. Those of the circumcision contended with him, saying, "You went in to uncircumcised men and ate with them." But Peter explained it to them in order from the beginning, saying, "I was in this city of Joppa praying." And here's a recounting of this, just like we saw a recounting by Paul later on of what happened to him. It's good to have these recountings because you get a few more details than you had. By the way, those of the circumcision here later give Paul problems. We'll see how they deal with Peter. "I was in the city of Joppa praying, and in a trance I saw a vision, an object descending like a great sheet let down from heaven by four corners. And it came to me. When I observed it intently and considered, I saw four animals of the earth, wild beasts, creeping things, birds of the air." More detail than you had in the preceding chapter. You notice that? By the way, oftentimes when you tell the story yourself, you get more detail than when somebody else recounts it. "And I heard a voice saying, 'Rise, Peter, kill and eat.' But I said, 'Not so, Lord, for nothing common or unclean has any time entered my mouth.' But the voice answered me again from heaven, 'What God has cleansed you must not call common.'" Now this was done 3 times, and all were drawn up again into heaven. And at that very moment, merely by accident, 3 men stood before the house where I was, having been sent to me from Caesarea. Then the Spirit told me to go with them, doubting nothing. Moreover, these 6 brethren accompanied me, and we entered the man's house. He told us how he had seen an angel standing in his house, who said to him, "Send men to Joppa, call for Simon, whose name is Peter, who will tell you words by which you and all your household will be saved." Now let's stop there. You didn't have that same statement in chapter 10. This provides the rest of the story. For all that Cornelius and his household did until they heard the message of Peter, they were not saved.
Out of curiosity, the word household is often used to imply that infants and children, young children, were also a part of this baptism salvation. I'm assuming that you've encountered this and you dealt with this.
I have encountered this.
How do you deal with it? How do you talk with people?
I have a book